guys, this is vlog number 4 and we're going to talk about anarchy. Okay guys, first off I'd like to apologize for not vlogging the past 2 days. I started this channel with I didn't start this channel. I started this vlogging thing with no idea where I wanted it to go or what I wanted to do with it. I didn't quite know whether I wanted to journal, like compare it to my journaling or whatnot. But I've decided I'm going to start talking about things that I care about and things that interest me. So let's start off. I'm going to start off with anarchy. I have some notes on my tablet here, so I'm going to be looking at that. So let's start off with what the definition of anarchy is. What is anarchy? According to Wikipedia, anarchism is generally defined as the political philosophy which holds the state to be immoral, or alternatively, as opposing authority in the conduct of human relations. Proponents of anarchism advocate stateless societies based on what sometimes is defined like non-hierarchical organizations and at other times is defined like voluntary associations. So basically what it's saying is that anarchists believe that there shouldn't be a higher government or oppressing force upon the people, which is pretty self-explanatory. Anarchy comes from the word anarchos, or Greek word anarchos, which means without government, or without control. So I guess that's kind of self-explanatory. But there's a definition of anarchy if you didn't know it. So as you can tell, I'm an anarchist, and because I tell people this, a lot of people seem to feel that they need to argue against anarchy. They need to say why it won't work, or just why it won't work. And so I'm going to give a little bit of the arguments for why I've heard, or for some of the arguments people give me for why it won't work, or why it won't happen. Number one, the first argument I get is it's going to be instant chaos, because they're like, oh, if we live in this democratic government right now, and if we were to submit anarchy, all of a sudden, boom, it would be instant chaos. Everybody would just be killing people and robbing stores. First off, no. It's not going to be like, well, we're just going to go instant chaos. No, it would be a slow progression into anarchy, for one. Second off, you already live in an anarchist type of lifestyle in many portions of your I cannot speak today. You already live in a many anarchist style in your democratic government that you live in today. I mean, nobody forces you to go to a restaurant, do they? Nobody says what you have to order or anything like that. You don't have an oppressing force telling you what to do there. So you already live in anarchy, and you're not going into chaos with that. So you can't say, yeah, and you're already not going into instant chaos with that. Second, and my most favorite argument against anarchy that I've heard is roads. Where will we get roads? Where will the roads come from? Government supplies our roads. Where will we get roads? I get this thousands of times, and it amuses me. I even hear it in our social studies class, which it proves hilarious, because then I start disproving the teacher, and in my opinion, that's always fun. But roads. Where will we get roads? Oh, it's just amusing. Okay, first off, we don't need a government to get roads. Roads have been around a long time before government. The Indians have roads, and they didn't have a central government. Yes, they had different tribes that had their elder that they looked up to and had to make important decisions, but that was about it. And, the elder didn't the elders didn't get together and were like, oh, we're gonna build a network of roads. No, the roads just appeared. It was a natural thing. Second off, I tell this to people a lot because it makes sense. If you were to have a street full of businesses like here in Indiana, I can think of one street that we call Main Street, and this is specific into my town. I don't know about other towns, but we have Main Street, which has businesses on it. Now, um, there's certain businesses. Um, Now, businesses on the street are going to want people to come to see their business and to, buy things from them or such. So, if we lived in an anarchist society, they would obviously want to group together and pay for the road to be done by another company that will come along and do the service for them with the pay, and they're going to want people to come and see their businesses, so they're going to make it look nice. Now, people will argue, well, what if there's that business that doesn't want to pay? Well, fine, then they don't have to pay. I mean, they just won't get their part of the road done. Or, the other companies may have money and say, you know what, screw it, we'll pull some more money together and pay for them too. It doesn't matter. So I always find that kind of amusing. And same with houses. I mean, you're going to want to be able to get to your house. You're going to want people to come to your house. People are social butterflies. They want to see other houses and people to come to their house. So they're obviously going to pool their money together, have a company come and build it. And the company, may give them a discount because it is a neighborhood or something. Another argument I've heard of is people rising to power. They say, well, what if a gang comes along and they rise to power? Or what if a certain person comes along and he works his way up and becomes in control of everybody? Well, first off, you do realize we're talking about anarchists here. Anarchists are going to be in the society where they don't want the oppressing force. And they're soon going to realize that this guy or girl, I'm not sexist, but this guy or girl that is rising to power is an oppressing force and is an evil in their eyes. And so they're going to, run him or her out of the state or out of whatever it is and, get rid of him. Because obviously he's going against their beliefs and they don't want that. And what's to stop them from getting him out of the state or whatever? Now they may say, well, what if he has armed forces? Well, obviously these people are going to be armed. They're not stupid by any means. They're going to be armed and they're going to defend themselves in any way, shape, or possible way that they can. Another argument that I like to hear is, it hasn't worked before. Okay, well, I can look back in history and show you points where the democratic government hasn't worked before, and it's worked for a while, and, our government's worked for a while, but it didn't work in the past in certain areas, and we fixed that, but who's to say that that fix will work forever? It's not going to work forever, and, anarchy isn't supposed to be the perfect government or this perfect utopia. Perfect utopia it's just a theory. It's not something that can really happen. But anarchy is something that's there to be there and to say, hey, this is better than somebody controlling my life. And, nothing's going to work for eternity. It's pretty obvious. Nothing's going to work for eternity. So we just have to learn to accept it and fix it as we go along. But I'd rather live in an anarchist society where we can do that as a group than have to go through all these laws and bills and governments and trying to get that changed. Now it's kind of time for my concession. Anarchy isn't for everybody. And I do realize that a lot of people don't think that anarchy will work, and that's fine. That's their opinion. And I have the right to state my opinion. I have the right to my own political beliefs, and these are mine. I'm not here to turn you into an anarchist. Nobody forced me to be an anarchist, and the anarchy community is really welcoming community. It's pretty interesting to see everybody else's input into what you believe and whatnot. And last thing I have to say about anarchy probably has to be, you know, when people argue with me over it, I kind of stop them and I go, you know, what we're arguing about really basically comes down to the question of, would you rather live your life freely and do what you want and control your own life, or would you rather have somebody else tell you what you would want to do? Would you rather be able to choose what dinner you want to eat, or would you rather have somebody say, you're going to eat this at this time, and you're going to like it? Now, I don't know about you, but I'd rather live freely. So, that's about it. I guess I'll see you guys later. Next time, let's see what we'll be talking about then. Until then, bye guys.